What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy J Dub, the #1 comment on YouTube, and I'm back with another review. Today, I will be doing the Married at First Sight segment. This is season 14, episode 12, Settling In or Just Settling. For those who are new to my channel, with Married at First Sight, I do a breakdown for couple by couple instead of a scene by scene type analysis. So, and also for those who are new to my channel as well, this is the home of the #1 commenter. So this what this channel is all about, the comments. I don't ask for the likes, I don't ask for the subscriptions, but I need those comments. It gives me the energy to keep on going, and that's the best part of having a channel, because I'm on other platforms. I get in the comments, but this way, I mean, we really get in the comments. The Dub fam comes through each and every time, even if it's let's say a smaller view video. The comments be off the chain. The comments be where you need to be, because we have so much fun. We be laughing and joking and laughing and learning and all kind of stuff. I mean, just everything. Comments is where it's at. I just want to. I only want to do the videos. I want to get down in the comments. So if you are a person who may not feel comfortable getting down in the comments, you found the right channel. All comments are welcome here. All I ask is that we just respect one another. Other than that, if you want to talk about Katina's 600 density wig, or if you want to talk about Olajuwon doing the head shake, put it down in the comments. So that's who we're gonna start with. We're gonna start with Katina and Olajuwon. So it starts off with Katina. She shows up at Michael and Jasmina's apartment, and it almost came off like let's say like a Rachel and Jose moment, when Rachel got into it with Jose and went to go to the other cast member's apartment, but I guess it wasn't that late. So Katina shows up. It looks almost like a sweater robe type thing, because it looked like she couldn't even keep it closed up. I was like, did she get put out? Did she run away from the apartment? It got too crazy. I don't know. So she came over to their apartment just to, I guess, get some advice from Jasmina. But Michael decided to tag along, because we know uh, he's like very involved other than his marriage. I got to give it to Michael. He's doing a better job with the communication and stepping in. But again, Katina's really over there to see Jasmina. And Katina pretty much said that, Isaac he was so bent out of shape over Tindergate when he found the app in her phone. I don't know if it was Tinder, but I just named it Tindergate before somebody else named that. And she said that a large one said it didn't matter what her feelings were about him, like yelling and going off at her. It just a matter about what she did. And we're not surprised. That's the MO of Olajuwon. He only cares about himself or what's going on in his feelings. He don't care nothing about Katina's. That's been evident since day one, because that's why it's kind of strange how she talks about how she's so happy and Olajuwon is just like everything she needs. I couldn't imagine like a person being happy or satisfied with Olajuwon, because I mean, what, they've been together for 45 days. He's taken her through hell. So Katina talking to Jasmina and Michael, and I guess she's just, like I said, trying to get a different view of the situation. And pretty much they gave her like the same generic advice with like what the experts would give you. They're always gonna try to find a way to like push you back into the toxic situation instead of giving you like realistic uh, views of what's really going on. And I would say Katina, like the way she talks, you can tell like she really has the answers to her questions, but it's more so of her like being afraid to let go of a larger one, or no, not having a husband. But she's really not applying it. And Katina was pretty much saying the same thing about a larger one. You know how a larger one always he goes into that little rant, like you can tell he's done the work. He's working on himself, where he say, well, I want to uh, talk to you and not at you. But Katina says that's some BS, because he not applying it at all. When he get upset, he go all the way in, ain't like he had no training or no talking to. And I would just say like it looks like a losing situation. I don't. That's what I'm saying. I'm really confused about like how happy they are and all of that. And you can see like Katina's like really hurt, and she's telling them like, well, I'm a real person with real feelings, and it's just breaking her down. And they just both of them standing there looking at her, and I'm like, nobody gonna nobody gonna comfort her or nothing like that. I'm more expecting Jasmina to do it, but she just looking at her just like she's saying, "Hey, I went to the grocery store and got bread and water," but she didn't say that. She breaking down, and Jasmina pretty much, like I said, push Katina back in her abuser's arms and say like, "Hey, well, you got the answers," because like I said, she was just explaining herself with like knowing what she needs to do and voice her opinion, and Katina was like, "Well, yeah, I could do that, but that's if he let me." And she right. Like I said, that's just such a toxic situation. When it's time for Katina to speak, Olajuwon is either going to yell or overtalk her or stop her, in her tracks. So she doesn't have a voice in the situation. I don't know how she think that gets better because it hasn't been. So Michael, he actually went over to meet Olajuwon, and his eyes is all red and glossed over. You could tell it. You could tell Olajuwon is high. I won't say allegedly. You could tell. You could see it all in his face. And Olajuwon, he don't really want to talk. And he don't want to talk to Katina, and he don't seem to want to talk to Michael. And just from the way he's speaking, you can see Isaac. He's just not trusting to Katina because he's saying she's a very smart and intelligent lady. She knows the difference between right and wrong, and they've been married for over 30 days, so she's supposed to have known to delete that app. And I'm thinking like I personally believe Katina made a mistake, meaning like she overlooked it. I got apps in my phone that I don't use or even thought about using, but I mean that could happen to anybody. But he never even gave her a chance to like straighten it out. And we finally get to hear what all the efforts of a good husband does. Because Elijah pretty much said, I I deleted my Instagram. I've he's cut his hair, and that's about it. That's about it. So that's what a good husband does when he gets married. He cuts his hair because I guess Katina didn't prefer the fro hawk or whatever, and he deleted his IG. I don't know if he told her that, but I'm sure he did that for himself to maybe not tempt Isaac to come back out. So who knows? And he just like I say, he's just not very trusting of her. He feel like she's like doing him like real dirty and she moving real foul. So he just don't hear it or see it. And we already know he's not a person that's like open to hear somebody out or like a real reasonable person. So after some time passed, we see Stockholm syndrome in full effect. Elijah and Katina in the confessional. They look, like they've made up. And I noticed that normally is what Katina does, but when they were talking to each other, of course they were looking at, I guess, the phone or the camera. They kept looking at each other like when they speak, like just kept looking over the side, almost like for like a confirmation of like, am I saying this right or are we going along with this? It's almost like a skit. And they both apologized. Of course, Katina was the first one to apologize. And she did it again. She said, I apologized before, and I want to say sorry now. And a large one finally came around with his apology. So, according to them, they back on track. They rolling right along. They putting it behind them. And something I did notice, I pick out little details. And this was the first time I saw Katina without her wig on. We didn't see her hair, but it was actually wrapped up. And I don't know. She wanted to get all that fussing and yelling out the wig or whatever she did. But out of 45 days, this is the first time I seen her without it because she wear it anywhere. She'll wear it in the beach water. She'll wear it on the chef date, the girls' night out in the exercise room. She gonna do it everywhere. So it just kind of threw me off when I didn't see her with the wig on. And it was like nice, like because I think she would probably look better with shorter hair, less density. So we see Olajuwon. It's a time for them to meet like with their family and friends to kind of, I don't know, what we call like a midterm update about their marriage, and he's meeting with his coach slash mentor slash father figure. And when I think about that, it kind of makes sense with Olajuwon. You can see like he's missing something in his life. Like his father was never present. He has a wonderful, loving mother, but they don't show her face um, on the picture. So obviously she hasn't given consent, as well as she hasn't showed up for him. He has a mother figure, but he has a loving mother who's been in his life, according to him. So he just has a lot of voids, and it shows. It shows that. So his coach slash mentor slash father figure, to me, it was more of like a coddling session, more that he was confirming Olajuwon's behavior, more so like that's just the way he is. And who can correct themselves if nobody's really telling them the hard truth? And the coach goes right in. It's like, well, larger one, it's not a bad bone in your body, and like more so agreeing that large one is just a passionate speaker. So that means he yells when he gets upset, and that's okay because that's just the way he is. I hate that saying because that means you don't feel like you have the ability to make the adjustments you need to make a situation better, and I hate to hear that. So by looking at Large One while he's talking, I guess he didn't take his lunchtime meds because you can see like when he's talking to the coach, he get into that thing where he like telling the coach, yeah, I mess up sometimes. I mess up sometimes, but I'm human. I'm human. So I'm gonna mess up. I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm gonna do that sometimes. When that head get to rocking, I mean, he ain't got that stabilizer pill to calm him down when he get to talking. And the coach pretty much tells him, yeah, yeah, I know you're passionate. You're a passionate talker or whatever, but it's some things that you may say that you may never be able to take back. So you got to kind of watch what you say, and that like Katina isn't his girlfriend. He has committed to vows, so he got to hang on to them vows to stick in there, hang in there to make it work. So we get back to the happy couple, and it's really happy. And it gets real happy around the house when Katina is doing some type of theme for a large one. And what's the theme? They doing Taco Tuesday, and a large one. He's just loving it. It's like he having a little birthday party or something. He loves to be, I guess, the center of attention or have all the energy focused on her because I've yet to see Elijah want to do anything special for Katina. I haven't seen him bring flowers. I haven't seen him plan a date. I haven't seen him convincingly tell her how he feels about her and like it makes sense. When he do it, he do like a love bomb and it's showered of like shallow compliments or whatever, and you can see right through them that they're not genuine or he ain't really talking about nothing. So I can tell like a large one needs a like big time reassurance that he's important and like he's the man. So probably something with that childhood where I was saying that lack of, I guess, stable, strong relationships of people like who are supposed to be very important, such as a mother or a father. So he just needs to be affirmed constantly. But Taco Tuesday looked pretty good. It made me hungry. I was like, wow, I want some Taco Tuesday. I was like, what day is it? Like, I might do Taco Tuesday. But they go over they go over their little Katina Largemont go over their little childhood stories. I guess an attempt to connect by being vulnerable about their past and the way they came up. So they just want to just connect. And Olajuwon is like he's on that high now. So he does um affirm Katina and just saying like, he always does it awkwardly to me. It doesn't seem genuine. And he was like, I'm I'm happy I met you, Katina. And I just love our marriage. And pretty much for them that was about it. It's just like a continued cycle. As I told you, I feel like Katina's trapped in that cycle of abuse, that makeup to breakup mindset. He goes off and they get upset, and she does something to kind of please her to make it happy, but she's constantly walking on eggshells. That can't be happiness. But if Katina want a husband that bad, obviously she's got some issues before. We do know about her being in a past abusive relationship. And if she hasn't healed that, which we know she hasn't, that's going to affect the way she deals with men. Her father has been in jail for a lengthy amount of time and still is. So we know she got some issues. But Mace ain't fooling me. That's what they do. They look for the most broken, vulnerable people they can and put them together for the perfect storm. And that's what they done here. So pretty much that was it for the episode. I can say Olajuwon and Katina doing well for now, but we know it's coming. We know because it's Olajuwon. Katina's going to give her all and put her best foot forward. And while she does all the heavy lifting and leg work in that marriage, and Olajuwon is just going to be himself, which gives pretty much nothing and gives demands. So, as I said, that was it. So I said, y'all wait for the second segment of Married at First Sight with the couples. And as I always say, y'all could be anywhere in this YouTube world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate it, and I really mean it.